setter. D'Amico with the serve, and we are underway from Blacksburg. On the outside, good swing by Mengual Duran. Borer setting it up on the near side. Dupre, cross court, she gets it to go. Elena Dupre picking up the first kill in the contest. The junior hitter from Alexandria, Virginia. She led the way on Sunday against Miami with a team-high 13 kills, and she leads the squad in kills with 145 on the season, and she's got her first in this contest. Ileana Rodriguez on the serve. D'Amico at the net on the outside. Sets it up, and Bianca Bertolino with the kill. And that is a textbook play from this Georgia Tech squad. A good reception, a good set by D'Amico, and it finds the junior outside hitter, Bianca Bertolino from Argentina, a member of the Argentina national team for the last 2 summers. Bertolino on the serve. Borer in the middle, Peterson with the kill. Last touch by Georgia Tech, and Sydney Peterson gets on the stat sheet with her first kill. And it's going to be a battle of 2 good offenses here today. Georgia Tech 2nd in the ACC in kills per set. Virginia Tech 7th in the conference, but they each have their fair share of solid swingers up front. Dupre on the serve. D'Amico in the middle. Mogridge with the kill. Liv Mogridge, the sophomore, in the middle with the kill. Her first in the contest, and it knocks us up at 2 apiece. Mogridge will return to the service line for her first serve. Second on the team in aces with 11 on the year, looking to pick up a 12th. Jump ball at the net, and it's won by the Yellow Jackets. That was number 11, Larissa Mendez, going up and just tipping it cross court for the Georgia Tech points. And it gives the Yellow Jackets a 3-2 lead now here in this first set. Mogridge again on the serve, retaining it. Borer to Dupre from the back row attack. And it's going to go to Virginia Tech, a net violation call against Tamara Otene and the Yellow Jackets. And those errors are going to hurt any team, and it's now going to give Virginia Tech the serve back and the point, tying us up at 3 apiece. Leandra Mengual Duran, this new server for Virginia Tech, puts it up. D'Amico, and that's Pierce with the kill. Deandra Pierce, the junior from Austin, Texas, the Texas transfer with the kill. Talk about having a good 2022. She was a part of the Texas Longhorn team that won the national championship a season ago. They took down the Louisville Cardinals in the national championship game. Pierce transferred to Georgia Tech here for their 2nd season, or for her 3rd season rather, now as a junior. Good swing there on the outside from Ava Francis. Georgia Tech the rebuttal, and they get it to go. That's Tamara Otene, the New Zealand native, with the kill. And Georgia Tech's looking to get into a groove here as it's now 5-3 Yellow Jackets. Serve is up. Borer on the near side to Peterson. She gets a running start, and she gets the kill. Sydney Peterson, with the kill. That's her 2nd in the ball game. And you take another look at it, a good set by Borer. Peterson just runs up, gives it a swing, spikes it over, and picks up the kill. The grad student from Washington, Sierra Cates, to serve for Virginia Tech. Cates, the serving specialist for the Hokies. Bad set there. Georgia Tech recovers. Kara Lewis on the near side. That one's going to touch off Bertolino and go for a kill. Kara Lewis with a kill. Lewis coming off of a big game against Florida State a week ago where she had 15 kills, 17 points, and 5 digs, all career highs for the Bowie, Maryland native. Trouble on the serve receive for the Yellow Jackets. They'll still attack with it. And they get it to go. Tamari Otene with the kill. And that's one right there where you don't like to see, especially when Georgia Tech struggles on the serve receive. You might see a free ball. They just knock it over with Otene, and you're not able to get any productive offense with it. Here's Tamare Otene, the senior outside hitter. Borer. Good swing by Francis. And Ava Francis picks up the Virginia Tech point, putting us back in a deadlock at 6 apiece. Francis, the redshirt sophomore, on that kill. Hannah Borer to serve, another sophomore on this Hokie squad. Pierce in the middle with the kill. Deandra Pierce making it look easy in the middle. She has another kill as she subs out. In her place, Liv Mogridge comes on. And that's what makes this Yellow Jacket team so effective, is they really have 5 or 6 options they can go to on the offense to beat you at the net, and they've utilized all 5 or 6 so far, as that's an attacking error against Francis. But that's something that Georgia Tech has utilized all season, is just the depth of this roster, and it's propelled them to an 11-1 start so far on the campaign. Paola Pimentel, the libero, on the serve, and that is an ace. The 9th ace for Pimentel on the season. And she will retain the serve as the Yellow Jackets go up 3. Pimentel, she had 2 aces against the Hokies last year when they met over at O'Keefe Gymnasium in Atlanta. And that is another ace for Pimentel. The Brazil native has back-to-back aces, looking for the hat trick here and extend this Georgia Tech lead. Virginia Tech student section behind Pimentel, throws the serve up. Bohr, running attempt by Lewis. Mogridge with some authority in the middle. Liv Mogridge with the kill. Mogridge, another transfer to this Georgia Tech team. Played for the UNC Tar Heels last year, was an all-ACC freshman selection. Joe and Y right there with a big strong kill in the middle for her 95th kill on the season. Pimentel throws the serve up. Bohr to Francis. Ava Francis gets one back. This will now give way for Olivia Angel to sub in. Angel will now serve. But Ava Francis, she's coming off of a big game last week against Florida State, where she had a career-high 20 kills in the 5-set contest against the Seminoles. Angel with the serve. Mogridge trouble on the serve receive. Rodriguez bumps it over to Mangwal Duran, and she sends it over. Sometimes the simple ball gets it done, and that's exactly what the case is for the Hokies. The libero Rodriguez just bumps it up on the outside to Mangwal Duran, who just takes her time, aims for that back left corner, and perfectly places it for the points. Bad sets, and D'Amico will be called with the ball handling error. Point to the Hokies. A rare miscue from Bella D'Amico, 394 assists on the season. She's 8th in the ACC in assists. It's rare to see her make an error like that. And a service error against Olivia Angel. So the teams exchange errors, and that now puts us at 12-9 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Serve goes to Georgia Tech and Bella D'Amico. D'Amico on the serve. Bohr to Mangwal Duran, turned away by Mendez. Dupre tries her luck. One-handed. The free ball. Now this is where Virginia Tech will look to capitalize. Bohr to Dupre. And a great dig by D'Amico. Taking a little off it. Great rally. Turned away once again. Bohr. Dupre, and that one goes. Third time's a charm for Bertolino and Mogridge. They turn away the Hokies twice, but then the third time they pick up the block, and the 13th point for the Yellow Jackets. You see it right there, Dupre going on the near side. Just hit off that right hand of Bianca Bertolino. And it's now 13-9 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Bohr to Dupre. Third touch from the Yellow Jackets. Bertolino gets it over. Hokies looking to get in transition. Mangwal Duran. And that one goes off of Rodriguez. Point goes to Larissa Mendez and the Yellow Jackets. And so far, Georgia Tech has just been utilizing the consistency. They're getting the ball over, forcing Virginia Tech's hand, and it's gotten them 14 points thus far. 14-9 lead in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Bohr at the net, and that will be a violation call. Jackets, they've won the last 4 points, looking to extend this lead after our media timeouts. If you're just joining us, Braden Shank with you. So glad you can be with us on the ACC Network Extra. Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech in this women's volleyball contest. And that one goes. Larissa Mendez. The dig by Virginia Tech came right back to Mendez, and just asserted her power on that one, knocked it over for the kill. Mendez, the team leader in kills, 148 thus far. Dupre. And that one is good. Elena Dupre with the kill. Ends the Georgia Tech scoring run. And now Virginia Tech will look to come back in this set, and it starts with the libero Ileana Rodriguez, the transfer from St. John's. Rodriguez played in 29 matches a year ago with the Johnnies. Throws the serve up. Ball handling error called against Georgia Tech. A second ball handling error against D'Amico gives the point to the Hokies. They cut the deficit down to 5. Rodriguez retains the serve. And that's in, an ace. A beautifully placed shot and a beautifully placed serve by Ileana Rodriguez. And she's got her 15th ace on the campaign. Rodriguez leads the Hokies in aces, and she has another right there. Trickling over the tape. D'Amico to Bertolino, and that is a kill. Bianca Bertolino with the kill. And the junior hitter from Argentina now will go back to serve. Bertolino, the All-ACC preseason selection, was an All-ACC second-teamer a season ago, has had a great career for this Yellow Jacket squad. Pimentel on the dig. Cross courts, and that is in. A kill for Larissa Mendez, continuing to stay hot on the outside. And it's now 18-12. That was Larissa Mendez once again, as she continues to lead this for Georgia Tech offense with her 4th kill. Strong serve. Boer. Over to Mangual Duran. And Leandra Mangual Duran can pick up the kill for the Hokies. Now Virginia Tech will look to just settle down, play the fundamentals here, claw back into this contest as they trail by 5 in the opening set. Elena Dupre on the serve. Pimentel the reception. Free ball sent over. Can Georgia Tech do something with it? D'Amico to Mogridge. It's a kill. Liv Mogridge capitalizing on the free ball from the Hokies. And the sophomore middle blocker puts Georgia Tech back up by 6. 19-13. Yellow Jackets lead the Hokies. Boer knocks it over as the setter. Boer tries it again. And that one's outside the antenna, but still a good try by the Hokies. They fought all the way to the end on that one, was not able to knock it over. And it puts Georgia Tech up to 20 points in this opening set. Timeout will be taken by head coach Mendez. Georgia Tech hitting .650 so far. So you got to make Georgia Tech uncomfortable. You got to get them to start making some errors here. And then with a couple kills on your end, you're right back in this match. Boer to Peterson. And that one goes. Sydney Peterson just taking a bit off it, tips it over into a sea of Yellow Jackets. And that's Virginia Tech's 15th point. Actually, their 14th point, 20-14 the score. D'Amico to Otene. Free ball from the Hokies. Can Georgia Tech do something with it? D'Amico to Pierce. And a ball handling error. And that's something that Georgia Tech has been struggling on. The second touch that's set. As you see it right here, D'Amico. It looks like a clean set right there, but the referee calls a net violation on Pierce. That's what it is. And a kill on the outside. Mendez, once again, continuing to heat up on that far side. As the Yellow Jackets pick up another point, Larissa Mendez continuing to stay hot over there on the outside. Just a freshman from Brazil. She was a highly talented recruit out of Brazil, played for the Brazilian national team. Serve going to the Yellow Jackets. Serve is up. Rodriguez on the reception. Boer to Peterson. And Off the tape, she gets it to go. The ball was sandwiched between Otene's arms and the tape and falls down on the Georgia Tech side, giving the point to the Hokies. And Sydney Peterson has continued to lead this Virginia Tech offense so far this afternoon. She's got her. It's her 4th kill on the contest in her 4th attempt. She's hitting a perfect 1,000 on the hitting percentage. Mignon on that swing, the TCU transfer. Francis the other way. Mignon once again, and that one goes. Afedo Mignon, the grad student from Fort Worth, Texas, with the kill. And it now gives Georgia Tech the 22-16 lead. Tamara Otene to serve. Otene, she was named the ACC Offensive Player of the Week this past week. And a native of New Zealand. Jump ball at the net. Ball's over on the Hokie side. Bertolino. Touched by Bohr. And Mengwal Duran not able to keep that alive as Georgia Tech wins another. Georgia Tech continuing to be creative with the attack. They'll hit it strong on the spike. They'll tip it. And they'll do everything in between as they have 23 points in this opening set. 23-16, Yellow Jackets lead. Serve just trickles over the tape. Bohr to a running Kara Lewis. And that one is out. Couldn't find the white line. And the attacking error against Lewis sets up set point, Georgia Tech. Tamara Otene looking to give the Yellow Jackets the first set. Line drive serve. Francis to Bohr. Right back to Francis, the give and go. Bertolino the tip, turned away by Lewis. And the blocking effort hits off of the antenna, point to Georgia Tech. And that is how the first set will end. Yellow Jackets win it 25-16. Georgia Tech goes up 1-0. But there's still a lot of volleyball left to be played. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the ACC Network. More volleyball coming up next. Serve belongs to Olivia Angel and the Hokies. Pimentel, bad reception, looking to save it. Here's Otene, free ball from Bertolino. Does it have enough? Yes, it does. Bohr to Lewis, just over Lewis. Bertolino with the kill. I gotta say so myself, a good catch on my end down here off the block. Point still goes to Georgia Tech, 1-0. They get the first point in this new set. Bertolino on the serve. Throws it up on the jump serve. And that's an ace. A fastball from Bianca Bertolino. Trickles over the tape, hits the back line right in front of that line judge. And that is an ace for the Argentina native. Leads the team in aces, her 28th on the season. And she's also the leader in the ACC with them and 18th in the country when it comes to aces. And that's just one too many hits for the Hokies. Point to Georgia Tech. Bertolino retains the serve. 3-0 Georgia Tech, off to a hot start. The Yellow Jackets, they're 9-1 this season when they win the opening sets. As for Virginia Tech, they're just 1-1 when they drop the first set this season. Jump ball at the nets, and that's under the nets as the Yellow Jackets have their 4th points. And again, it's just the careless errors that will come back to haunt every team, especially when you're playing a neck-to-neck game with a great team like Georgia Tech. You got to be able to play clean volleyball, get the ball over the net, and you can't be giving them these free points. And that serve reception from Angel knocks her to the ground, comes all the way back to the other side, but goes out of play. And now Marcy Byers will come out and take her first time out in the set. Georgia Tech off to a hot start in set number 2. It's 5-0 Yellow Jackets. We'll be back with more volleyball. Their last win was Marcy Byers' only nationally ranked win, and that came against Duke back in 2020 when they took down the 14th ranked Blue Devils. So the history's not on the Hokies' side, but they still have a lot of time left to make their own history and rewrite it here this afternoon. Ileana Rodriguez to serve for the Hokies. Thanks for spending your Friday with us here on the ACC Network Extra. Braden Shank with you inside of Castle Coliseum. Rodriguez, the service error, and the serve goes back to Georgia Tech, and they get their 6th points. Virginia Tech, 5 attacking errors and a couple serving errors to their name, and that's not going to cut it here, especially against the top-tier program like the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Angel touches it, and that ball goes off into the distance for an ace. for Liv Mogridge and the Yellow Jackets. 7-1, Georgia Tech leads. And now Virginia Tech will need to find it within them here to try to claw back in this set before it gets too out of hands. Borer in the middle, turned away. And set to nobody, but a good recovery by Rodriguez and Mangual Duran. A block, and it's in. Sydney Peterson with the block. Everyone had to hold their breath, await the word from our chair referee. But the hand goes on the favor of Virginia Tech, and Peterson has another block. Make it block number 1 for Peterson in the ball game. 7-2, serve to Dupre. D'Amico to Pierce. Didn't quite get her off the right part of her arm, but she's right on part of her hand, but she still gets the kill on it. That's Deandra Pierce wearing the number 1 jersey for Georgia Tech. And it helps when you got one of the best setters in the ACC, and Bella D'Amico feels like he can attack the ball pretty much anywhere on the court. Serve thrown up from Mendez. Rodriguez, the bump set to Mangual Duran. Good dig by Dupre. Rodriguez to Mangual Duran. Some miscommunication on the Hokies. D'Amico to Pierce, who runs up. Turned away by Peterson. And Sydney Peterson, back-to-back blocks for the Hokies. Sydney Peterson, 25 blocks entering play. Second on this Hokie squad, and she now has 2. As Georgia Tech will have a word with our chair referee. Callie Davis, our chair referee for tonight's contest. And Terry Martin, our down referee, looks on as Michelle Collier is looking to get a word on that right there. Georgia Tech does still have their challenges left. And there's Marcy Byers looking on. And again, this will be a pivotal point in this game, trying to get momentum back on the side of the Hokies. And the point will stay with Virginia Tech as Ava Francis checks back in. Mangual Duran to serve. Mangual Duran putting up 25 kills last week in the contest, but that time not able to get the ball over the net, and a service error haunting the Hokies and giving the Yellow Jackets the serve right back. Tamara Otene on the serve. And Otene, the ACC Offensive Player of the Week last week. She had her 6th and 7th double-doubles of the season last week against Clemson and NC State in only 12 matches. Francis, off the touch, gets it to go. Ava Francis, the redshirt sophomore, with the kill. As both teams bring in their subs, 109 kills for Francis entering play. That's 3rd on the Hokies team. And she now has her 3rd kill in the contest. Cates to serve for Virginia Tech. And the setter, power dump. Borer looking to go the other way. No touch, that's the one's going to Georgia Tech. Dupre puts a little too much on it. And now Marcy Byers starting to use her depth as she brings on Jasmine Robinson, as well as Ella Beyer coming on, seeing time. And that's something, this is the part of the season you really look for who can be a solid contributor for you. You know, you experiment in the out-of-conference tournaments, but now it's really the heart of the ACC tournament, or heart of the ACC conference play. It's go time if you're Virginia Tech and you want to try to make an NCAA tournament. And especially with no ACC tournament, you have to win the conference to try to get that bid or be nationally ranked. Pimentel on the serve. Borer to Robinson. And that's Jasmine Robinson, the Virginia native. A double touch called against D'Amico and the Yellow Jackets. Point to the Hokies. Hannah Borer to serve. The sophomore out of Ohio. 2nd on the Hokies in aces. Throws the serve up. A good serve. Trouble on the serve receive from the Yellow Jackets. Beyer the dig. Dupre with the kill. That play all starts with the freshman Ella Beyer knocking it up. A good set from Boer. And Elena Dupre slams the hammer with the kill. You see it right there. A great sequence, and Dupre just finds that back corner with no coverage and gets the kill. Otene to D'Amico in the middle. Mogridge finds the floor. Liv Mogridge with the kill. 11-6 now, Georgia Tech. But Virginia Tech starting to play with a little bit more energy out there. Trying to get a big rally to get back in this set. Beyer on the serve receive, trouble on the serve receive. And it's an ace for Bella D'Amico. D'Amico can do it all. The setter, she can attack the ball, also serve it as she picks up the ace there. Timeout taken by Virginia Tech. That was their second and final timeout in this second set. Francis. And Mogridge wins the jump ball at the nets. An overpass from Francis goes over on the Georgia Tech side of things, and Mogridge just blocks it over and tips it on the other side. And you can see when you got a good setter like Borer, you got to be able to get it to Borer so she can run the offense, and an overpass like that right there is an error that is going to hurt you. Borer to Francis with the kill. Ava Francis continuing this swing strong on the near side. And the 6'1" sophomore will check out after getting the kill. The 3.3 kills per set leads the Hokies squad. Again, third on the team in kills, but she's very consistent with the kills. She saw a 6-game double-digit kill streak snapped on Sunday in the game against Miami, and Mogridge wins the jump ball at the nets. Liv Mogridge saw the opportunity, seized the opportunity, and just knocked it over the nets and on the floor for the Georgia Tech points. 14-7, Yellow Jackets lead. Bianca Bertolino, the jump serve. And a little too much power on it, just long. And the Hokies pick up on the service error. Peterson checks back in for Robinson. Rodriguez to serve. A rare service error against Bianca Bertolino. But nonetheless, the Hokies will look to start this comeback. Rodriguez. Miscommunication on the Yellow Jacket side. And that one's spiked into the nets. An attacking error against the Yellow Jackets. Point Hokies. Rodriguez remains on the service line. Gives it the run-up, throws it up. On the near side, and who else but the freshman, Larissa Mendez. Yet another kill for Mendez. She's got her sixth in the contest. The freshman showing strong for the Yellow Jackets. Once again, the overpass. Yellow Jackets look to make some offense on it, and they do. Mendez again. Larissa Mendez, her second kill. Back-to-back, that is. And once again, the freshman just finding the floor, finding the open spot in the coverage, and gives the Yellow Jackets their 16th points. And an ace, a service ace for Bianca Bertolino. It's actually more Mogridge, but her service run will continue. Here's Bertolino that just had the serve until she saw that service error. Again, trouble on the serve receive, and Beyer can't get there. Another ace for Liv Mogridge. The Yellow Jackets, they entered play with 74 aces on the season. A team that's not necessarily known for the aces, but Liv Mogridge has back-to-back aces. And today in the ball game, the Yellow Jackets supporting their 9 aces in the ball game. And once again, the overpass. Mendez capitalizes. It's just a mistake you cannot be making in this part of the season. And Larissa Mendez is there to capitalize on it. Beyer. Rodriguez the dig. Borer comes over, sets Beyer. Strong swing. Dig comes back over. D'Amico. That's out. Otene puts too much on it. The Hokies win the rally. And Castle Coliseum's got some life. Elena Dupre to serve for the Hokies. Trailing by 9 here in this second set. Otene. And Coach Byers makes the catch on it, but unfortunately that is still a point for Georgia Tech. Good effort by Eliana Rodriguez. You see it right here, just the pure velocity Otene gets on it. I mean, you got to appreciate the coach being heads up over there, making the catch. Serve goes to the Yellow Jackets at number 13. Byer, strong swing. Great dig by Penmintel. Dupre, Aylward with the free ball. Great save by the Hokies. Can Georgia Tech capitalize? Yes, they can. Georgia Tech saw the opportunity. Virginia Tech was out of transition. They were all out of place after getting that ball over the net. And Otene just slams it. And again, picks up the point for the Yellow Jackets. Soares on the serve. Aylward to Borer. Peterson turned away by the block. Byer. And she gets it. The freshman, Ella Byer, with the kill. 21-11, Byer her first kill. Francis to serve. Actually, it's Byer. They made the change in this position. And a block. Hannah Boer, the setter with Peterson, turns away the Yellow Jackets. Ella Byer remains on the serve. Otene going cross court, puts too much on it. And how about this for a stat? Ella Byer playing in her first career match today for the Virginia Tech Hokies, the freshman from Georgia. So it's good to see Marcy Byers getting some youth in. Dupre on the dig. Georgia Tech. They get that one. Pierce making good use of the second attempts as it's now 22-13. Good run by the Hokies. They'll need to flip momentum once again if they want to try to claw back into this set. Deandra Pierce having a good match up front. That was her fourth kill. Peterson with a strong right-handed swing. Rodriguez, DeBoer, Francis. And that's in. A kill for the Yellow Jackets as that ball just nicks that back line. A well-placed shot by Georgia Tech. Bertolino once again leading this Yellow Jacket squad. Trouble on the serve receive. Dupre. Free ball from Rodriguez. Georgia Tech looking to capitalize. Pierce with the kill. Deandra Pierce with the kill. And once again, Georgia Tech making use of Virginia Tech being out of transition, being out of place, as it's now Georgia Tech set point here in set number 2. Otene on the serve. Borer. Give and go to Francis. And Francis picks up the kill. Ava Francis will keep the Hokies alive to see another point as Robinson and Cates check back in. Sierra Cates will now serve. The serving specialist for the Hokies has played in all 48 sets this year. Third on the team in aces. Could use an ace here as the Hokies trail by 10. Otene on the reception. Soares to Magnon. And it's a kill. Georgia Tech seals the deal. They're up 2-0 after set number 2. A great set. And Magnon slams the hammer to pick up the 25-14 victory for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. The setter. D'Amico throws it up. Ewald on the reception. Robinson. Borer to Ewald. Dupre. Bertolino. Aylward knocks it over. Mogridge. Pancake by Rodriguez. Aylward with everything she's got. It's over. What a save. Bertolino with the attacking error, point Hokies. What a rally that was. And you got to give credit where credit is due. Rodriguez, the pancake to keep that ball alive. Aylward just one-handed, using her right fist essentially, punching the ball up by a matter of inches, keeping that inside the antenna. You see it right there. Robinson. And that's just a great attempt by Aylward right there, putting some spin on it to make sure that it got in between that antenna. And a great way to open this third set for Virginia Tech. You can tell whatever head coach Marcy Byers told her team going into this third set, it definitely got them fired up. They're playing for a mission here today. They're on a mission right now. And a service ace, Olivia Angel, with her 10th ace on the season. And it's now 2-0 Hokies. You can tell that was a point of emphasis for head coach Marcy Byers. The first set, they didn't get off to a hot start. The second set, they had to play with intensity and come off to a hot start. Pimentel to Mendez. Rodriguez gets it over. And that one's out. A little too much on it. Point Yellow Jackets. But still some great saves from the Hokies. Bianca Bertolino to serve. Bertolino, she had 7 kills last year when these two teams met over in Atlanta. 29 aces to her name this season. Leads the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets 5th in the ACC with that stat. Actually, she leads the ACC with that stat and is 18th in the country in aces. And right on cue, there's another ace for Bertolino. That is her 4th ace of the match. 31 this season. And Georgia Tech has continued to just been dominant from the service line. Now up with 10 aces. And a service error against the Yellow Jackets, point to the Hokies. And that's got to be a point of emphasis for head coach Marcy Byers heading into the next game, which the team will travel to Clemson, taking on a 5-game road stretch. But you can't be getting ace 10 times in the game. You got to get better on the serve receive, set up the offense. Rodriguez, touch 2, the free ball. Rodriguez sends it over. And that one is a point for the Yellow Jackets, a kill. Mendez with another kill to her name. Larissa Mendez, kill number 9, team leading. Hitting .529 in this contest. Aylward on the reception to Dupre. D'Amico takes a little off at his Mendez. Otene wins it for the Yellow Jackets. Tamara Otene, the senior outside hitter, with the kill. Great set by D'Amico. Otene going cross court. Just hits off Rodriguez, not able to dig it that time. Point 2, the Yellow Jackets. Service error. Knots us back up at 4 apiece. Lauren Fowler will check in for the Hokies, the sophomore from Powdersville, South Carolina. Only the second set that Fowler has seen time in this year. She played the 3rd set against Morgan State back on August 25th. Did pick up a dig in that contest, and that one's off the antenna. Point to the Hokies. Larissa Mendez was trying to go to that outside once again, just skims the antenna. Referee there to make the call. As now Bree Siverling will serve. The first set that Siverling enters in this season. "14 different players used by head coach Marcy Byers in this contest. Siverling is the 14th and newly entered into this contest. And off of the hands of Aylward, point to the Yellow Jackets. It's Peterson, Fowler, Aylward, Rodriguez, Siverling, and Angel, the 6 out there for Virginia Tech. So Mangual Duran, Dupre, Hannah Bohr, They all take their seat on the bench here as Marcy Byers switches it up for this third set. Sivering. Good swing by Fowler. Georgia Tech looking to recover. Pimentel, the libero, short ball over. Elward once again. The tip shot. Off the touch. Point Hokies. Elizabeth Aylward with the kill. Kill number 7 for number 22. One of 7 freshmen on this Hokies team. As Ava Francis will check back in place of Angel, who's another one of those 7 freshmen. And you look at the freshman class that Marcy Byers recruited, the class of 2027, a lot of strong talent. A youth group here at Virginia Tech, 15 players that are underclassmen, 8 sophomores, 7 freshmen. Compare that to only 6 graduate, senior, and junior students. So it's a youth team here at Virginia Tech. Point to Georgia Tech. The block effort can't be kept in as we're tied up at 6 apiece. Tamara Otene, the server for Georgia Tech. And Virginia Tech, they have had 13 matches to this point. All 13, they have played great volleyball so far. They've not lost in straight sets so far this year. They've taken at least 1 set in every match. Fowler. Pimentel, the bump sets. Back row attack from Otene off the nets. No good. Point Hokies. Georgia Tech looks for the touch. And now head coach Michelle Collier will take her first challenge as she will be challenging the touch or not. And again, it was something that Georgia Tech immediately thought that ball was touched. Virginia Tech didn't think they touched it. The point went to Georgia Tech, as now our down referee Terry Martin will converse with our replay monitor and make a call here as Georgia Tech utilizes their first challenge in this ball game. And again, he's going to be looking for clear evidence of a touch or no touch here. And it hits off the net there. They're trying to see if it hit Francis or not. And again, there's got to be clear evidence for them to overturn this call. It's one of those that you don't know. Virginia Tech wearing the white lines up with the taping of the nets. So it's going to be a tough call for our referee, Terry Martin. He's still looking over it, looking to see if there was a touch or not on the part of Francis. Again, a crucial part in this game. Virginia Tech leads Georgia Tech 7-6. And you can kind of see the ball definitely takes a different direction, but it's tough to tell if that was the tape doing that job or if it was Angel's left arm. And now here's Terry Martin with the call. Point to Virginia Tech. The call stands. So there wasn't clear evidence to overturn it. And the Hokies retain the points as it's 7-6. Now head coach Michelle Collier will get an explanation from our referee as Georgia Tech utilizes their first challenge, unsuccessful. And that was something that Marcy Byers, they didn't see much success with last week in their contests, losing a stretch of 4 challenges, I believe, against Florida State and Miami. They get the touch on that one. Georgia Tech gets it to go. So needless to say, the challenge hasn't been the best friend of Virginia Tech this year, but that time it does work to their advantage as it's now 7-7. And Paola Pimentel to serve, the 5th-year libero from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And into the nets, an attacking error against Virginia Tech. The Jackets retain the lead, 8-7. Pimentel, and it's an ace. Paola Pimentel with an ace, and Georgia Tech continues to dominate with their 11th ace from the service line. Pimentel throws it up. They'll award the reception. Francis. Net violation against the Yellow Jackets. Liv Mogridge caught up in the net. And it's one of those things, you got to play the tiptoe of it. You got to get close to the net to try to make a block, make the set, but you can't go under the net and you can't touch any part of it. And that time Mogridge just skims the net and the referee's there to make the call. Hannah Borer back to serve. Mignon. It's out. Point Hokies, an attacking error against number 23, Afedo Mignon. And now it is a tied ball game once again, 9-9. Bertolino. Francis. Bertolino the tip. Dupre. It's still alive. Virginia Tech a 3-set on it, the third touch. Otene from the back row. Dupre. That's out. Kill to the Hokies. Elena Dupre. Dupre had a double-double against Florida State a week ago. And now looking to lead this Hokies team, as she does with the kills. Borer to Bertolino. Bertolino on the near side, cross court. That was kicked up, and it's out. Would have been something if Hannah Borer kicked that over the net. In volleyball, you can play it off of any part of your body, so it was a legal touch. It just wasn't in play. I mean, that would have been a magnificent save. One of those just natural reactions to the ball. Borer to Francis. Aylward with the dig. Borer. Francis with the kill. The redshirt sophomore, Ava Francis, continues her masterful day with kill number 7 on the ball game. Francis had 7 against Miami on Sunday. Ties that with 7 in this contest. And we wipe up the floor. A colder weekend here in Blacksburg. Colder at least than what we've seen so far in the first month or so of class being in session. Big football game tomorrow for the Hokies as they welcome in the Pitt Panthers for a primetime game under the lights of Lane Stadium. Should be a sellout there, whiteout. And that's out. Just a little too much power on it as the ball floats past that back line for the service error. Bianca Bertolino to serve. 11 aces for the Yellow Jackets and a service error against Bertolino. Her 3rd service error in the contest. And now gives the ball to Ileana Rodriguez. 5 total service errors for the Yellow Jackets. There's always something you can improve from match to match. And that one is out. The block for Peterson, not able to stay in. As it's tied up once again, 12 apiece. The seesaw 3rd set continues here. Serve goes to Mogridge. Borer at the net. Peterson. And it's a kill. Tamare Otene on the near side, and the Georgia Tech bench is fired up. As they have been all game, the Georgia Tech squad has been getting into it, supporting their Yellow Jackets. They're up 2-0 in this contest. There's still a lot of volleyball left. Dupre. Otene. That's in. Back right corner. Hits in for Otene as she's got another kill, and the Yellow Jackets extend their lead. 14-12. Liv Mogridge on the serve. And drive serve. Elizabeth Aylward from the back row. Aylward with another kill. That's her second in the ball game. Aylward, the outside hitter from Nashville, Tennessee. Had a good high school career over at Harpeth Hall in Nashville. One of the best players to ever put on the Honey Bears jersey back at Harpeth Hall. And now she's looking to get this Virginia Tech team back in the sets. Service error goes against the Hokies. And that now brings us to 15-13 and our media timeout. It's a back and forth battle here in this third set. And we're going to have an exciting one. Boston College go to Wake Forest and NC State before they return home for their Dig Pink game against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish on October the 20th. Net violation called against Georgia Tech. Point to the Hokies. And again, the net violations will give the 3 points to the Hokies as they cut it down to a 1-point deficit. Aylward back to serve. If you're just joining us, Braden Shank with you. So glad you can be with us on the ACC Network Extra here from beautiful Blacksburg, Virginia, for some ACC women's volleyball between the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Virginia Tech Hokies. Pierce. Interference called against the Hokies. Georgia Tech went up to set the ball. Virginia Tech just creeped over the net a little too much on it, interfering with Georgia Tech's ability to make a play. And that gives the free point to Georgia Tech. And now Marcy Byers will get an explanation. Serve from Otene. Sivering to Fowler. Pimentel, the bump sets. Mignon turned away by the nets. And actually they call a touch on it and it lands on the Virginia Tech side. So point to the Yellow Jackets. So this is the last point, the interference that was called against Virginia Tech. You can see right there the hands of Peterson just went over the net. You can't break that line right there, so that is why the point went to Georgia Tech. Marcy Byers wanted to get 4 meetings dating back to 2018, all 4 of which straight sets. So the Hokies have not been able to take a set against Georgia Tech, dating all the way back to 2018. As that is a kill for the Yellow Jackets, and they continue to march their way in this one. 18-14 now. Tamara Otene back to serve. Sivering to Fowler. And a heads-up play by Aylward to watch that one out. And the point goes to the Hokies. Sadie Peterson to serve. Standing serve now on the outside, Mignon. And that's out, no touch on it. Point to the Hokies. It was close with that line and a touch potentially, but the referee says no touch and it's out. Point to Virginia Tech. Peterson back on the serve. Bertolino going back corner and gets it to go. And Bianca Bertolino has the Yellow Jackets 19 points. One of 2 captains on this Yellow Jacket squad. Bertolino shares the title with Bella D'Amico. 2 leaders on this Georgia Tech squad. Fowler, great dig by Soares. Mignon, it's a kill. Mignon on the outside with the kill, the transfer from TCU. And it's now 20-16 in favor of Georgia Tech. And again, this was something that Georgia Tech, they hit the transfer portal hard this offseason. They got Mogridge from UNC. They got Pierce from Texas. They acquired Mignon from TCU. So they definitely built some good additions to this Georgia Tech team. A team that went to the NCAA tournament last year, went all the way to the second round before they were taken out by Marquette in the second round. Hokies picked that point up. Hannah Borer back to serve. Still trailing by 3. Mogridge Aylward using the face on it, gets it over the nets. The tip, and it's good. Bertolino outsmarting the Hokies, picking it up. And Bianca Bertolino with the kill. It's now a 4-point Yellow Jacket lead. But as I was saying, a Georgia Tech team that's seen success in recent years. They've been in the NCAA tournament the last 3 seasons. They went to the second round last year, the Elite Eight in 2021, lost in the second round in 2020. And the years prior to that, they were the NIVC champions, which is the tournament for teams that don't make it to the NCAA tournaments, similar to your NIT for basketball. They won that twice, so a Georgia Tech team on the rise. The block, and it's out. Not able to keep it in. Point to the Yellow Jackets as they now are just 3 away from taking this match in straight sets. Borer to Francis. It's miscommunication. Mogridge gets it over. And a kill for Larissa Mendez. Mendez continues to stay hot. Her 12th kill on the contest. Team's leader in kills. And now Marcy Byers will take her second and final timeout in this set. Larissa Mendez, 3.5 kills. D'Amico throws it up. On the outside, Francis. Mogridge goes down, and they're going to stop play. Liv Mogridge went down on that, and now the trainer will come out and attain to her. And that's the point. So 23-17 still. Serve remains with Bella D'Amico. Again, Anna Bozy, wearing the number 3, checks in for the Yellow Jackets. Pimentel. Setter throws it up from the back row. And it's a kill. A great sequence. Ending with Ava Francis picking up the kill and getting Virginia Tech their 18th point. Rodriguez, the assist over to Francis on the outside, going cross court. And the redshirt sophomore has another to her name. 8 kills for Francis. She's seen 21 attempts. Once again, trouble on the serve receive for the Yellow Jackets. They still get it over. Dupre. It's a kill. Elena Dupre looking to keep the Hokies alive with another kill. As now Georgia Tech will. Olivia Angel back to serve for the Hokies. They're looking to continue some late surges here in this third set. Rodriguez with the dig. Some miscommunication. Angel gets it over. D'Amico to Bertolino. Point to the Hokies. No touch. That ball soared through the air. And now head coach Michelle Collier will talk with her bench. She decides not to challenge it. So it's 23-20 as the Hokies win another point. D'Amico to Bozy. Borer. Dupre turned away by the block, but it's out. Mendez can't keep it in. Another point for the Hokies. And Georgia Tech will take their second and final timeout. 23-20. Angel on the serve. D'Amico by the scorer's table. Bertolino. Aylward. That's in. And Michelle Collier quick to get her green card. And they're actually going to give it to Georgia Tech. So some confusion out there. They signal Virginia Tech, but they give the point to Georgia Tech. Nonetheless, 24-21, the replay, and just missing on that. Nonetheless, serve is up. Dupre, and that is out. Georgia Tech gets the 25th, but we will have to wait as Marcy Byers picks up her green card, and she will challenge it here. So a hectic last 2 plays nonetheless, as Marcy Byers will take her first challenge and challenge the ruling on the court, which was that ball was out. So again, going back to that last point,
the attempt from Virginia Tech went to that corner. The line referee had to move out of the way on it, so he didn't have the best angle on it, signaled the flag down, signaling in. But now here's the second point on it, which the call goes in favor of Georgia Tech. And, ooh, it's a close one. And this is the game right here. If Georgia Tech wins this challenge, the game is over. And again, you need clear, concise evidence to overturn this call. It's close right there. And our down referee in Terry Martin is going to have another tough call on his hands right here. Again, flashback for Virginia Tech. Last Friday against Florida State, 5th set, neck and neck, Hokies Seminoles. 2 calls, 2 challenges for Florida State. Both went in favor of Florida State. Overturned 1 call stood, and that's how the game ended last Friday. So Marcy Byers looking to get a challenge win here and extend this match, especially with the amount of energy Virginia Tech's been playing with as of late. They were down in this set 23-17, but climbed all the way back, as now the match point is being reviewed by Terry Martin. And again, he's looking at all the angles, trying to find the best call on it, trying to find the best angle on it to make the call, considering this call is the game. You either extend it or you call the game. Shelley Collier looks on. Here's the call. Point Georgia Tech. The call stands, and that is how the match will end. Georgia Tech takes down the Hokies in straight sets en route to their 12th victory, their 3rd in conference play.